All right, here's a very special watch. Only 10 of these made. This is number 2 of 10. My buddy Al from the Divers Watch Forum group loaned in his personal watch. This is the Helson 38 millimeter titanium limited edition watch. Very cool. Thanks, Al, for lending this in. And unfortunately, I've already shipped off the 40 mil, so I can't do a comparison. But if you're looking for a comparison from the 38 to the 40, Mark over at Average Bros, he did a great video on that. He's also got a video of the 40 and the 38 and all that stuff. So I'm not going to be able to show that to you, but I can show you a couple other watches, and certainly I can give you a wrist shot, which I'll do right now. So if you're trying to decide between the 38 and the 40, it's kind of a tough call. I think the 40 definitely feels more normal, but the 38, even on my 7.25 inch wrist, wears fine. Like, it feels great on wrist. I'm actually a huge fan of titanium, and this one wears perfect. So if you have even maybe a little bit smaller wrist than I do, the 38 would easily work for you. So I'm sure I can pull it off. I think the 40 would work better for me, but a lot of that's just personal preference. But this 38 is actually killer. And it really is a 38 millimeter watch, not including the crown, of course. And actually the bezel hangs over just a touch, not much. But the lug to lug is a pretty short 46 mil. The thickness is only 11.75, 20 mil lug width, non-tapering bracelet, 20 mil all the way. Really nice milled out titanium, even the clasp and everything. Really nicely done. Everything matches up. It's all the same colors. There's no deviation or anything. And you can tell this is more of a pure type titanium because it marks up and scratches up nicely, like titanium should. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but when you do the more pure type titanium, it's going to mark up, and that's just the way it is. So I think it looks fine. So classic Helson overall look, but if you look closely at that dial, it has a brushed look to it. It is very gray. I'm not sure if it's made out of metal. I'm not 100% sure. But you can see it's embossed with a diver and some sharks swimming around. And then at the bottom, you can read 10-year LE number 2. That is so cool that they actually numbered it on the dial. It's not on the case back or anything like that. It's actually on the dial that they numbered it. And all the tones, it almost has like a monotone going on here. They all play really good. There's nothing bold or upsetting the balance. This is very cohesive style of design, which is nice that they did that on the 10-year limited edition number 2 of 10. So also titanium insert, all that good stuff. I am not going to do the bezel action. I can straight up tell you right now the bezel action on this is not great. And that's partly because it is a titanium bezel. I found that when you do the titanium watch and the titanium bezel, like, there's no good way to make it feel and sound right. It's just too light of a material. Just the way it reacts is weird. So nice signed screw down crown. This does have the Miyota 9015 movement in it, and you can see there's no date on the dial. So that would be another nick against them. I wish they would have done a no date movement so you wouldn't have the ghost date function on it. So if you are not understanding what I'm saying, in this position here, I can't really get a flip on it, but you can see there's a really nice gasket in there, so it's definitely going to be a 300 meter watch. And then there's your hack. You can see it's also a really nice robust crown tube in there and an extra gasket. But when you go all the way in like that, you get a nice smooth wind, very easy to screw in. It grabs the threads, no problem. So pretty classic Helson all around. Wears great on wrist. The titanium, if you're not familiar with titanium, it's less subjective to temperatures. So if you're in a colder climate, you don't have to worry, like, it instantly acclimates to your body temperature instead of, like a stainless steel maybe feeling cold on wrist longer, and vice versa. When it's hot out, the titanium is going to be a little more comfortable than, say, the stainless steel feeling a little too warm on wrist. So titanium is kind of cool that way. Weight wise, I did not weigh it, but I have to say I have like an SKX here. It feels really close, maybe just a touch lighter than a stainless steel SKX. It's just a touch lighter, so it's not one of those crazy light watches. Certainly it's lighter than its if there was a stainless steel counterpart, but it is not insanely light where it feels like you're wearing nothing. So, and then awesome bracelet design here with that center first link there off the end link articulates, so you're going to be able to get that delay flat. So again, if you have a smaller wrist, this 38 with the 46 lug to lug and those articulating links like that, this thing is going to wear amazing on your wrist. So new, this particular one was $699. Now I'm sure the prices are, you know, ridiculous if you can find one. They only made 10 of them. So they have some other models. I'll put a link to the Helson website in the description. Definitely go check it out. They have some actually really cool watches. So hopefully I'll be getting some more Helson in later on in this year. So I know their inventory seems like it just disappears as soon as they get a fresh model out that people really want to gravitate towards. It just instantly disappears. So size wise, you know, just for overall looks, there it is next to an SKX. You can see it's definitely not as tall, and definitely a smaller proportion all around. So, but really good option. And they have killer lume. So you can see there it's a heavy application of C3, and it's going to be very potent and very long lasting. So I can show it next to a Seiko, no problem. It will hold its own against a Seiko, not a problem. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.